Well, interesting and good afternoon here, flying with Mike Central in the interlude there. Now, YouTubers, you haven't got a clue what happened. The video ended from our Newark to Detroit flight just as it was planned. We were in the middle of the interlude there with the streamers over on Twitch. Again, you're welcome to join us here at Twitch for the live streams. And just as we were bringing the flight sim back up, all hell broke loose, literally, it seemed like. I really couldn't tell you what happened other than all of a sudden OBS fired off an encoder error. The flight sim crashed. I mean, I'm shocked cats and dogs aren't living with each other. Mass hysteria isn't going on outside. And if you haven't seen the movie Ghostbusters, that makes no sense to you. The original Ghostbusters, um, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Aaron, oh, I can't ever remember his name. Yeah, that version. Um, yeah, it was, I didn't know. I did a complete shutdown. Well, right before I did the shutdown, Discord hits me with they've changed my sounds. And I'm like, huh? To some alert to this and that. You can change it back by, and then the message went away. So I'm like, what? That's it. I said restart. I almost did a Gibbs from NCIS TV show, pulled the plug and go from beginning. Oh my gosh, I really don't know if Twitch just twitched or because I did hear a couple days ago, and maybe it was yesterday, there were problems with Twitch. But I wasn't experiencing, so I didn't really take it much. Today, different story. So, folks, I hope y'all come back. I don't really know what happened. Um, but we were just about, we had the countdown timer on and about to come out of the break when that happened. So, wow. And if that's the issue, the countdown timer, it'll go. It'll go. I really don't need it anyway. I don't use it. Uh, that was probably the first time in a good part of 3 months I've used it. So, but you know what? Let's put all that bad stuff aside. Hey, folks, we are getting ready to fly out of Sigonella, um, Naval Air Station. I kind of call it a charter flight. Now, I really thought about hooking this up with Sim Air Force. Um, but well, with all that was going on, that kind of slipped my mind till this moment again. Um, so I'm not. I'm just going to fly out of here. I'm not going to worry about any ACARs. The only ACARs we'll worry about is Elevatech and Sim Toolkit. That's it. And we're going to try and get up there. That just probably put our turkey run from Adana to, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, over towards where the old Ephesus region was back in the, and as they call it now, antiquity. Yeah, okay, it's only 2,000 years ago. It's not like ancient times. But I guess if it isn't yesterday, it's antiquity to everyone else. So, but anyway, the animal, we haven't flown this version in quite a long time. The 767-300ER. Oh, we've flown the 200 SF, the freighter. But I realized we had not taken this bird up in quite a while. So that's what we're going to do today. And hopefully, fingers crossed, everything's looking good right now. Um, we haven't screwed up and not updated it without updating the nav data like we did before. Our radios appear to be working. It's like night and day. You bring up this bird, everything just, ah. That's why I was like, oh my God, I jinxed it. I jinxed it. So, anyway, folks, to wrap up this lengthy intro, 767 300 ER from Flight Factor headed from Sigonella Naval Air Station to Naples International. In an airline many saw up until about 2008, 9, or 10, I think it was 8, when many of the military charter outfits crumbled. I mean, I watched ATA, World, North American, all of these airlines we saw come through. I can't track down if Miami Air is still going. Um, all gone. Don't know why. But they all left right about at the same juncture. Now, coinciding with the year 2008 was a huge, they would not use the term depression in beginning in the United States. I mean, we're talking stuff that was equivalent to 1936. Do you want them saying that? No. And I mean, things were just nosediving worldwide. I'm wondering if that's what got them. I really don't. If anyone out there actually knows, and I don't mean the wiki answer, I mean actually knows why so many of the military charters just disintegrated. Because, folks, they survived between 1990 and Vietnam. That was a long stretch. Now, granted, the Cold War was on. Okay, I get that. But we're still shuffling troops back and forth to Europe, to to Asia, both Middle East and Far East. I really wonder why. Because this airline right here, folks, I'm here to tell you, I absolutely love. Um, Between them and World Airways, what airlines they were. Just amazing. Add to it the flag on the tail, just cinches it in. So, really curious what brought this airline down. It only had a handful of 767s. I want to say they're the only airline I saw, or only 757-300 I ever saw was under them. But I've looked them up and it doesn't appear they had any. So I don't know what airline that was. But it's just a spectacular. I loved it. Went in, learned a lot about the plane, both um, outside and in the aircraft itself. So much knowledge I gained from those crews. And what gracious crews they were. They were right in the middle of pre-briefing, which we're going to do, a crossing of the North Atlantic. Folks, that's a little bit in depth. If you ever want to find out, watch the Over the Pole, Polar Ops on Just Planes or something like that. Great video, long video, but great video. And you get an idea. I came up and I saw them in there and I told, I said, they're in a briefing. No, that's more important. Pilot looked up. She goes, yeah, he's with the local fire. He goes, nope, we'll break for them. I'm like, whoa. I was shocked. And what he taught me, that's not in any of our books. So kudos to this airline. So, and World Airways as well. I learned some things that were the very few times I was in an MD-11. from those crews. So, all right, so let's ourselves. We got a pre-brief. We got to go to Naples. So we're gonna now. The cool thing about this plane, there aren't as many quirks as the freighter, and there's really not a quirk. It's just it's flight factor. So, and I don't mean that to be mean about it. I mean, it's just what you got to deal with flight factor, and it's not a big deal. So, all right, so let's bring Sim Toolkit in. There we go. And since starting the flight, looks like center came up. Cool. All right. Oh, somebody's here with me. Whoa, what? No, they're not. They're en route. Anyway, by the way, not to get too far off topic here, folks. I was trying to remember on the northwest side of the island where a lot of flight simmers like to fly to. Palmero, am I saying it right? Um, is right up in here. And you guys, I'll admit to it, I love it too. It's a cool approach. Very similar to Tenerife. So I kind of liked it. So anyway, that's what I was trying to remember. It popped up somehow, and I wrote it down to remind myself. All right, so let's get into this, shall we? All right, so, and this guy here helped remind me too. Is he even at it? No, but it's like right either here or here. Um, and then just to back out so you get an idea, we're headed up. Wow, look at this approach. Oh boy. How can ATC make this? Okay. So again, welcome back, those of you. I don't know what happened. I'm going to just say Twitch twitched. I don't know. But you guys that are by chance over from YouTube, you have no idea. So, or catching this on YouTube, thankfully, you don't know. But anyway, that's what our ultimate route is. It's a short haul from Sigonella up here to Naples. Today, we're going to fly 235 persons from Sigonella up to Naples. Payload for the day, 49,350 pounds. Zero fuel weight. That's what I key in the most on with flight factor, other than the A320. 251,750 pounds. That's the number I focus on. I try to get the plane up to that number. Okay. Block fuel, the dispatches said 22,707 pounds of fuel will do you just fine. And if you end up in the drink, well, we're close. No, just kidding. But anyway, 235 people. We're going to take off 10 right, land on runway 24 with a pretty simple route. RCA 7L to RCA, which I haven't looked at a chart to see where that is, to SOR 1B. I mean, can't get any tougher than that, folks. And we're going to be flying under a cost index of 80 and 32,000 feet. Hopefully, I think we can make it. Weather could be a little tricky. I see that storm to the north of the airfield there. Winds are out of the southeast. 1 knot. Oh, I don't know if the airplane can take that one. That could be a scrub mission. Oh, 1 knot. That's a tough crosswind. However, in most conditions, that could be trouble. We got clouds at 2,000. This right here is what I'm talking about. We are right on it, 2020. And folks, when you have temperature and dew point within 3 degrees of each other, no breeze, is a recipe for something. Fog, clouds, rain, mist, blick. So possibility. Let's see, something about visibility minimum 99999. I'm not sure what all of that is in the remarks section. Maybe we'll get some answers over on charts. I don't know. But over in Naples, which we actually have a ATIS, first off, the winds are northeasterly at 3, variable north to west. 8,000 on the visibility and no sky condition. We got another weather observer that looks up. Oh, I don't see any clouds, so there's no sky clouds. 20 degrees and 19. So again, a recipe looks like fog could be coming in. Now, when you're up against the large bodies of water like this, maritime fog is a big possibility. Now, ATIS wise, we're looking at an ILS Zulu 424. Transition level, always look for that in Europe and anywhere but the North American area. Folks, it changes usually country by country, but in some countries, city by city, airport by airport. So pay attention to that. Contamination dry, cool. Expect 1A arrivals. Okay. Maintain published speeds unless instructed. You don't know the rest of that. That looks a little bit on the Italiano, and well, I don't have my interpreter. All right, hang on a second. They have been. All right. As promised, we are going to get on VATSIM this time. First off, time on the roundup 20. Let's shoot for a 2055 departure. We need our nav info, which I just got. Really wish there was a way in SimBrief to do this. Oh, come on. Control, copy. Control, paste. Thank you. Quit arguing with me. Oh, I tell you, these computers these days. Really? We're going to do this now? Thank you. Okay, that all looks good. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and put my route in. One A. Something tells me that's what he's talking about. Okay, let me pull that chart up. I see. Whoa. Whew. My screen just wigged out on me. I'm like, ruh-roh. Okay, so we'll try that and see if I get it right. All right, folks, there you have it. We are programmed, ready to go as soon as we get rid of Sim Toolkit. And now let's talk airplane here. Okay, to load this aircraft, if you're putting fuel on, you got to have the, well, you know what? Let me just help us out here. Okay, so you can either go here to, like I did, the EFB, and then select where you want to go, or you can get it in the cockpit. Okay, pull it up, go to the ops ground page. That'll bring this up. Now, to load people, unless you're at a gate, you use stairs and the bus. Gotta have both. If you're at the gate, just click gate config. That drops that requirement, okay? I always put the chocks on. Don't know if it's a requirement. LSUs, that's your luggage loaders. These little guys right here, doom and doom. Now, technically what we saw with TOLUS applies here. Okay, but these loaders can do it. They just get way up. That does not do the justice that I saw. So these are different loaders at the airport I worked at. GPU right there. ACU, air conditioner, right there. That keeps you from having to run the APU, burn fuel. And like we've already talked about the fuel truck. Okay, so that's what you need to load. Now, when you look here, this little guy, and I think there's one on the other side. Oh, I thought there was. That's just with it. It's not like the A350 where you can actually select them. Okay. All right. Once you've done that, and from in here, let me show you where you can get it. Right there's your tablet. Okay. Now, once you're hooked up to ground power, the first thing I do is power up, which is what I've done before we started, mainly to make sure I don't have any major issues. And I forgot something already. Hang on. I'll come to it. All right. So we go to ops ground. Now there is, as far as I know, no way to minimize this other than to close it and reopen it. Down here, we do not have to worry about PAX numbers and standard weights. I mean, there are standard weights at work that you could do to set your numbers closer to what you see here. We all strive for that, or at least I do. I hope the rest of you do. Anyway, so I come in, pop open the guard here for battery. Always remember, if you lift a guard, put it back down. It makes it a 2-click to make it happen. 2 clicks. Okay. Turning the battery off, or in some of these, like right here, your gen disks, we'll talk about them in a minute. 2 clicks to do what they do. Okay. Now, batteries on, standby power auto, turn your bus buys on, your utility bus, gen disconnects, click the outer ones. Do not lift these and click in there. If you do, you've just disconnected the generator from the engine. You'll have to do maintenance. Engine has to be off. I wonder why. Well, I don't know why the mechanics wouldn't stick their hands in and work with a spinning blade at however many RPMs. But anyway, that gets you powered up, okay? Then I just go through emergency lights. I mean, the checklist I use is pretty thorough here, but I do a couple extra things. Emergency lights. I get my aircraft trim air recircs on, set these to auto. Same with the temperature thing. Turn the packs on, even though I don't think they're doing anything. And I get my isolation valves because we have that air conditioning thing hooked up. Over here, I turn on my electric pumps and set my demands to auto. That's right. I demand. So, all right. Prior to doing anything with the IRU up here, IRS mode, I set it to heading. Talked about this on the 7.3. Folks, what it does is in heading, yeah, it's going to tell you your heading when you're aligned. While you're aligning, the number up there is how many minutes to alignment. We'll show in a minute. I also get a few other things lined up. Today is the 24th, so we'll run on the even side of the house. You can turn your seatbelts and all on. Nothing says you can't there, folks. Okay, it's your call, Captain. Hate to say it, you're a captain now. All right, and now we're going to load the aircraft. Remember, got to have the LSU, got to have the fuel truck, got to have the stairs and bus, unless you're at a gate where you've got a jetway coming in, or you select gate config for the heck of it. Why? People are people. Some want to land aircraft at Saba and Paro that will never, ever be able to land there. The runway would crumble under them. But, whatever. So, those are the minimums. So now, I'm going to again go plugins here, ground. Okay, so there you go. Now, once you have the ground pieces in place, go to airplane, select if you want to change your mind and say, I like the GE better. Some liveries don't work with that. Your engines may turn white or something. I usually just go with what comes up. Winglets you can turn on or turn off. I know this aircraft. I know I've seen them, probably all of them. None of them had winglets. So that's up to you. And then you can come down here. But go by, click your front door. Got to have it open to load, and your baggage and bulk. Come back to ops ground, and now do your maintenance. Now let's go back, look and see. We were planning 235, so click there, 235, enter. 0 your cargo weight. Now, where are we? 251,750 pounds. Oh, that is what we planned for ZFW. How did I do it? I can already hear that question. I don't even remember the numbers, but there are posts out there in Flight Factor, in X-Plane that tell you the weights. That's where I learned the 9800 for the freighter. Now, if you look down below, every seat is taken. It's a little weak, yes. I know this plane personally can hold more. That's how it is. So 251,750 pounds. That's the 0 fuel weight we were shooting for. Optimize. There isn't much optimizing, except, hey, flying with Mike, you're going to have to go up to seat number 2 in the cockpit. Your weight is too bad back here in the back. We need you in the front to balance the plane. I wish they would say that, folks. Seat number 2 would be the co-pilot. And load. Now, the bad thing is, yeah, I screwed up and didn't do anything. You can't. So what we'll do is retouch when we're done, or just go with the 30,000. 22,707 was planned, so we're perfectly fine with it. So let's take a look up top here. Again, just like the KC46 version, when this reads 33 ADOT or 30.0, we are good to go. All right, there you have it, folks. That's how you get to step 2, the cockpit safety check, which we've already gone through. So we're on to the last step of that, which is, oh, this is going to drive me bonkers, aligning the IRS. We're just waiting for the words align up top. And that's when you'll see how many minutes to alignment. 7 minutes. Turn them to nav. Okay, come back down. We got our lights set. We're going to run on the ground with just position and logo. For now, I'm not going to mess with the cockpit lighting until such time. And I am going to swing right into the FMC. It's nothing out of this world like the Airbus. It's just it does the job, folks. Okay, so posit LCIZ. Oh, I got that wrong. LICZ. There we go. And it really doesn't matter what I mean, you can change it if you want, folks. I just drop it, load it, call it a day. Head over here, LIRN. And of course, like I said earlier, this flight really does not do this aircraft justice, but the fact that it was military charter, it very well could have flown these flights from Sigonella over to Rome or Naples or in that kind of a short range. All right, let's push over here. Now, oh, also there is no init function. Some of you are really fond of, and the others, sorry, not here. All right, so we're taking off 10 right. Just make sure 10 right is the best choice, and it does appear so. 8,000 feet long. All right, now we're going to be going off the RCA 10 or 7 Lima. No transition. Back to route. Next page. This is so tough. Now it's direct SOR. I don't know about you all. Do you all see a difference in these? They're the exact same VOR in here twice. And for now, we'll go to our arrival. I'm going to go ahead, pick it as SOAR 1 Alpha 24, was X-ray they were saying to shoot. Zulu. Oh, great. Hang on. Oh, crud. I'm not even sure I need it. Bento, maybe? That's on the list. Okay. Um, Bento it is. Oh, that is not right. Hang on. Uh, Remove. We're doing one alpha. Okay. Bento it is. All right. Why didn't we get an execute? Okay. I'll buy it. Looks like everything's there. Um, Activate, execute. All right. Let's bring in some toolkit or charts real quick here, folks. Help piece this together. And why I love this program. Um, all right. Charts. Okay, remember in the notes, VATSIM were to come in on the ILS Zulu for 2-4. Remember it said expect 1A arrivals. We had 1B, 1C, 1D, if I remember right. Here's the 1A. The other one took you like this. So, sorry, folks, that kind of scared me. So, we'll start back here, work our way up. So that's where this comes in handy right here. And we can set things up right here. Okay, so for this departure legs, SIG, which is, if memory serves, right here off the departure 0204, there's 05. Okay, then we go up to RCA, then direct. See how you can watch it here, folks, to soar, and you can actually verify everything. RN 766, OTAFE, Serco, Enzim, or Enzom, NZIP, RN 727. Oop, a little out of range, sorry, folks. On to Bento, then 714, Uruk, and I don't think it'll call it. Oh, it did. The Phi 24 and into the runway. So everything looks good. We're good to go, I think. All right. But yeah, you can also pull up your sim briefing, not the little snippet that has a quick reference to, I mean, the actual flight planning, all the different pages, all the NOTAMs, all the weather, all the different things that go into the packages the crews get. So really, really good. Next up on here would be the well, we don't have a RadNav page. You set your VORs are automatically set, and your ILS is set down here. So we'll go back to route, go to perfit. Again, we don't have all that fancy schmancy, click these inits and all of that, old school. However, For today's flight, we need 11.6. Our alternate is Rome. Cruise altitude 32000. Cost index 80. Cruise winds, I get them right off SimBrief, no matter how long and old they are. 252 at 17. Diagonal 17. And I keep my ICAO. Actually, I change it to 2000 and we're ready to go. Almost. Takeoff. CG. Page 2. Takeoff. Okay, now if you go to your SimBrief, let me just do Sim Toolkit. I thought I cleared that. All right, we'll clear it. I have SimBrief hooked up here, folks. View your route. Again, you can see, obviously, that's not what we're doing. Go to your takeoff predictions, or if you're into filling all the blanks in, you can go to performance and tools. I'll just go here. Calculate. Now we're on an 8,045-foot runway at 20 degrees. There's our wind, 320. Here's the output. 5 for flaps, 54. The problem is I don't know how to set takeoff 2 in this plane. So, whoops, that's flaps, thrust, takeoff, go. So again, now it's takeoff 54 and you can see our speeds adjusted. Okay. All right, so with that in mind, runway wind, 320 at 2. Pretty tough. Now you can put in your slope, which in this case is down 0.2. Down 0.2. And our outside reference temperature is 20. Page 2. Page 1. Temperature, we said 54 for our select. Flaps 5. Boom. Turn the reference speeds on, and we are off by 1 knot. And I'm going to go with that one. It's 2 knots faster. And then I turn them off. There you go, folks. That's how simple that is. Now, moving on, we come on here, turn these on. I'm just reading down now. Yaw dampers, we leave those off till we hit the runway. Electrics are on. Hang on. So I leave the yaw dampers off, and that's because the rudder doesn't show usually right. The electric engine controllers are in normal. C1, C2, which are your electrics, are on, and you already got demand on. I'm going to go ahead, get rid of some stuff out there since we're done loading. Okay, so I'm going to leave the GPU, the ACU, stairs, and chocks. Otherwise, we close, 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 close. Maybe. Man, fighting it all the way. And we're just leaving the fuel at 30. Believe it or not, there are airlines, folks. I remember Cathay. They would take them up to if they were under a certain flight range, they brought them up to the same level no matter what. No account for mileage and all. So, but then you go, past whatever that limit is, then they are very careful what they put on the plane. I don't know if they still do that today, by the way, folks. Okay, so, oh, wait. Now we go back up top here to the cargo heaters. Engine starts to both. I'm going to go with 2. And then work our way down. Passenger signs on. PITA or window heats on, sign set. Pretty sure we're going to be under or at 100 or less. Airport elevation. Oh my. Was I way off? Wow. And you can set the cabin lighting, folks. Finally, equipment cooling. Oop, still on the top. My bad. Okay, so we got landing altitude set. We're on mode 2, auto 2 for the pressurization. Equipment cooling set. Already, pressurization's already set. And cabin temp set to auto. APU coming on. APU's at 75. All right, let's head up, click the generator. ACU, GPU can go, stairs can go, and we'll close that front door. All right, what do you all say? You ready to go fly? Because I know I sure am. That seemed like it took forever. Let's first get online. Oh, where is it? There it is. NAO 1572. And we are a B763. I think we'll push back. All right, folks, let's do this. He's on 124, 200.
Guitar 346.
Sì, vacated a few minutes ago.
Thank you very much, Ryanair 2193. Now you are number 1, clear to land, wind calm.
Clear to land, runway 24, Ryanair 2193.
Alpine 901 Hotel Quebec, descend flight level 110.
Descend level 110, Alpine 91 Hotel Quebec.
Guitar 909, right direct to Bento, clear DRS runway 24, report establishing.
Direct to Bento, report when established, Ryanair 909.
Guitar 131, turn right heading 070. Guitar 131, flight level 070.
070, Guitar 131.
I may have picked a bad day to fly to Naples. Everybody's flying there.
Alitalia 003, are you on this? Alpine 901 Hotel Quebec. You don't following the standard arrival, sir. So you are under radar vectoring now and turn right heading 200.
Radar vector, no problem. Right 200, Alpine 91 Hotel Quebec.
Guitar 131, descend 7,000 feet.
7,000 feet, Guitar 131.
Roger, and Guitar 131, turn right now. Right heading 090.
090, Guitar 131.
Ryanair 6 Bravo, climb flight level 300.
Climb flight level 330.
Negative 300.
Sorry, climb to 300. Ryanair 6 Bravo.
Mike Charlie 27, you are leaving in my space. Monitor Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
Monitor Unicom, thank you, bye bye, alla prossima, ciao.
Ciao, buona serata.
Anche a te, ciao.
Runner 2193 vacated.
Runner 2193, parking your choice, and monitor Unicom. Ciao Mattia.
Unicom, grazie Franco, buona serata, ciao.
Ciao a te.
Italia 125, I'm ready for descent.
Italia 125, flight level 100.
Flight level 100, can you give me the start?
Latina 3 Alpha arrival, ILS 16 left.
Latina Alpha, ILS 16 left, Italia 125, thank you, grazie Franco.
Itaro 131, I told you to descend 7,000, not 6,000. 7,000. Itaro 131, 7.000 piedi.
7,000 feet, Itaro 131.
I'm kind.
Alpine 901 Hotel Quebec, descend 8,000 feet, QNH 1026.
Descend 8,000 feet, QNH 1026, Alpine 91 Hotel Quebec.
Itaro 909, fully established.
Itaro 909, clear to land, wind calm.
Clear to land, Itaro 909.
All right, folks, we're going to try and get a word in edgewise. Otherwise, we're going to go offline. Roma radar, North American 1572 at Sigonella. Quest clearance to Naples is filed.
North American 1572, I don't cover this area, sir, so this is Roma North. Monitor Unicom, bye-bye.
Unicom, we'll talk to you later. Okay, I'm glad I called because looks like, hang on a second. Everything's showing me that he covers. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on, folks. All right, now let's get back here, get this thing ready to rock and roll. All right, let's start it up. First thing we'll do, beacon. Push back.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
About just right over here.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Okay, let's do it. All right, chalks.
Ladies and gentlemen, we request your full attention as the flight attendants demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. When the seatbelt sign illuminates, you must fasten your seatbelt. Insert the metal fittings one into the other. Tighten it by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Please, take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. If you need to evacuate the aircraft, floor-level lighting will guide you towards the exit. Doors can be opened by moving the handle in the direction of the arrow. Each door is equipped with an
All right, let's do it, folks. Just waiting on her.
and used as a life raft. Oxygen and the air pressure are always being monitored. In the event of a decompression, an oxygen mask will automatically appear in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth. Secure the elastic band behind your head and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing into the mask. If you are
Tow
traveling
connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
secure your mask on first, and then assist
Brakes released.
keep your mask on until the
Starting
crew member
pushback.
advises you
And
to
you may start
Sigonella
engine.
traffic, North American 1572 heavy, pushing back. Stand 1.
head and your elbows against your thighs. Ensure your feet are flat on the floor. Life vests are located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch. Remove the vest, slip it over your head, pass the straps around your waist, and adjust at the front. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord. Only when leaving aircraft. If you need to refill the vest, blow into the mouthpieces. Use the whistle.
Okay, easy start on this plane, folks. All you got to do, turn your packs off.
Pull the cushion from the seat, slip your arms into the straps, and hug the cushion.
Watch your pressure build.
The following electronic devices: smartphones, CD players, laptop computers,
And then start up whichever one you want to first.
mobile telephones, remote control toys, or any electronic devices operating with an antenna must be turned off at all times.
At the magenta line, fuel valve on.
Non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors installed in the lavatories is prohibited by law. You will find this and all the other safety information in the card located in the seat pocket in front of you. We strongly suggest you read it.
Maybe that could mean he's getting ready to close. I don't know. But we're going to plan 10 right for the departure. Engines are up. Why is our speed brake lever? There we go.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Okay, brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Starting up number uno. In real life, would they have pulled out, come around? I don't know. I really don't know.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Yeah, thanks. Better pushback. See you next time. All right, going to weather radar. All right, after start checks here, we are not running an ACARS program with this, so that's why I'm not worried about it. So engine starts, fuel controls are good. All right, tow vehicles away. Engine pumps on. Anti-ice not worried about. Bleed valves on. Packs on. APU off. All right, before taxi, auto brakes, RTO, taxi lights left and right. Okay, so we've done some of this. I haven't done them all yet. Runway 9 is 95. Uh, 144, we'll make that 154. And we got 8,045 feet. All right, one last check here of the weather. Okay, 1026. Sigonella traffic, North American 1572, taxi to 10 right. I really don't know if we would have made that turnout or not. Okay, it looks like traffic's clear that away. Okay, we're ready to go. Sigonella traffic, North American 1572, departing 10 right. Okay, radar's on. Hang on, we're gonna hold here for a second. Here we go. Now, we flew out of here one other time, folks. I believe X-Plane 11 with this plane to LERT. I believe it's called Alert or something to that nature over in Rhoda. Might have actually been the name. Sorry. But here we're just going to power up. All right, that was a little... wasn't expecting a lot of that as we get these flaps in. Hey, original Godspeed. So you're, what's going on now? You were reading an article on X-Plane 12 sound packs and that it works best with spatial audio. Interesting. I'm always a little hesitant to open up the voice channels, but I am in voice. So I don't, mainly because sometimes I get too wrapped up in voice and forget to fly the plane. But I do have a voice open live streams. And if you're wanting to chat, we're there. So works with spatial audio enabled. What the heck is that?
So in your settings, your sound settings, right?
For X-Plane or for the system?
For Windows 10 or whatever you're running.
Yeah.
Windows. Hold on, let me find it.
Yeah. Darn it, I wish I was still on the ground.
Yeah, I would do like a test of it like after you're done streaming.
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to like fuck.
Oh, you
mess
missed
things
the
up.
big one.
What's that?
You missed the big one. We came off the first flight, did like I normally do, just sat there, set this up so I could shut down the YouTube side, the video side. The stream was still going, and restarted X-Plane like I always do and all. As it was coming up, everything crashed.
Right.
I have no idea what caused it. It said something about the encoder, but everything seems to be working fine. I lowered it a little on power. So you said go to sounds.
Hold on, I'm just gonna bring my screen up real quick, like my screen share.
Live. No, I'm live. This is Memrex. No. I see nothing.
That's not it. Oh, you don't see nothing?
Oh, I see a pretty black and green striped aircraft. All right, so we're airborne, and I've already set us.
Okay, so like you hit like device properties.
Oh, right there. Spatial sound.
And you enable this. It might be different on yours.
Is yours actually enabled? Because...
Yeah, mine's on the headphones.
So where did, oh, device properties?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
You don't see it?
I just brought it up for you. I'm waiting for the guy to tell me to contact him. Hang on. Getting back there.
Hmm. Are you running Windows 10?
Yeah.
Or 11?
10.
And you know I have that. You know I have that option anywhere.
Hang on. Clicking sound settings. Sound.
Hit no. Hit device properties.
Right here, right?
No, go above. See to your right underneath sound, where it says device prop. Nope, go right. See where it says master, and right above it says. Come on, Mike. I know you can do this. See where it says master volume?
Yeah, right here you're talking?
No, above that.
Oh, that device properties. You were in a
Yeah,
different
that
one, I
device
thought.
There you go.
It's already on.
Oh, well. All right. Apparently yours is already on.
I'll get there, man. I will. Give these old folk a chance. uh, oh, nice picture. You gonna shoot a 737 landing on the carrier? All right. We got there eventually. All right, so we got somebody ahead of us. Let's get back in. This is why sometimes I get a little nervous going into talking on the Discord, because I forget to fly the plane sometimes. All right, so, and I'm waiting for him to tell me to contact him because I'm going into Naples. So what's up with you there, Mr. Godspeed?
Nothing much. Nothing much at all. What's going on with you?
We're just out streaming and streaming more. It's a beautiful island here. Big old volcano, it looked like right by the naval base. And we're almost top of climb. All right, who's ahead of me? Who's making that turn ahead of me? Ah, this guy. Oh, he came out of Katana, LICC, for Venice. I was right. He was going offline. That's why he didn't want to control me. All right. Well, Well, folks, I will be right back. I hear a kid screaming. I want to make sure the wife's okay, and same with the kid. Be right back. All right, folks, my bad. Of course, you know, you get around the baby, you just don't want to leave. All right, so let's get this going. How far to top of descent? Oh, can't read that. Oh, man. 60 miles. Okay. Okay, according to checklist, seatbelts, well, I don't think we ever turned them off. Okay, init ref. Okay. Auto brake, what are we coming into? $8,000 we'll set for 3. And EFIS, we'll set. Ooh, that sun is wicked. 200, right? Oh, it's one of these. Okay, we're level D, so 327. Okay, ILS 1095235, 1095235. Okay. And we'll set our initial descent. $12,000 feet. Curious if the sunglasses will help. Maybe a little. Okay. All right, there's our top of descent, standing about 30 miles out, and we are like right on top of this deck.
Man, look at those beautiful clouds.
Oh, I know, they've really come a long way. Really have. Hate when I do that. I just started a video on top of the video that we're already doing. Now I gotta find it. Where are you? Delete. Yeah, I wish I could find out why so many of the charter airlines just collapsed in 2008. Other than, the only thing that comes to mind for me is what happened with the economy then. So, all right, those curious how you make this descend, if you have climbed a cruise descent, just click descent. If it's just VNAV, which I don't think Flight Factor has, but if it does, click VNAV and next page it till you get to descent. Now, this one is not like the Zebo. Zebo, you can actually set everything, your transition level, which it does here, but I mean there's forecast, your winds and all of this. This is just very basic stuff. And okay, we still got a little ways to go. So don't look for it to be able to do a whole lot like LDS did over at FSX, prepared times. But it's functional, it works. You can descend it this way with descent now, or you know what, just wait. When it hits top of descent, as long as you're set below your cruise altitude, it'll start down. Following any constraints you have set. I'm going to go ahead, click descent. And be mindful, folks, of your constraints. Here, we're going to 17 instead of 12, 11 at Serco. They take the top half usually if you give it below above. I don't even know if you can do a below above. I ought to try that one time. Not this flight, we're too close. But we're going to eventually end up at Bento at 200. No faster than 200 and above 7,000 feet. Look at that, folks. Just remarkable. And if you're a naysayer like I was when these clouds really began to take effect, and I'm like, they don't look like that. Don't say that. I'm going to warn you ahead of time. I took a flight, me and my wife, to Mesa, Arizona. Yeah, they do. Coming out of Mesa back here, we went through a pretty good layer of clouds around the Mesa area, and yeah, they look just like that. I was like, okay, so they really have gone all out. Now, granted, it was more solid down, but I don't know what's reported in the weather reports that X-plane pulls from. Oh, and by the way, folks, actually, I think I'm outside the plane. So let me, okay, maybe not. All right, well, I guess I can't. I was going to show the interior. It's actually pretty good. But we're going through another layer here. As Italy shows up. And I know somebody said, well, you pronounce it wrong. No, Sergeant Hulka from Stripes. Italy. Welcome to Italy. Technically, you were in Italy down there at Sigonella, Sicily. Actually, I don't, no, that isn't Sicily. I'm going to go ahead, set 11,000. See how it does, and that is to happen at Serco. If you're curious out there, folks, the arrival looks a little like this. Actually, all of it. We're just going to soar up here to Atifa, Serco, NZEP, RN727 Bento. Then we switch over to the ILS Zulu from Bento all the way in. Bento is a 20-mile final. Now they're calling it 7,200 knots max. No controller means, well, we'll come in as best we can. But thanks for being a part of Flying with Mike today, both here on stream and for those that watch the video replay over at YouTube. One of these days, I'm going to get the courage up to try the multi-stream out. I have one question for whoever does multi-streaming. I have a few questions, and I've watched a couple videos. I feel comfortable with the way I'm thinking of doing it. I don't really know. I have to re-watch the video to get a better feel how to do it. But I don't know.
Be right back.
I'll be right here. So, thinking long and hard, but I'm really close to going ahead and signing in, even though I don't have the memberships figured out exactly how I want to, well, and if I need to set up a site and all for them. So, all right, we're coming into SOAR, folks, and let me get rid of charts here. Our game plan is get this thing out of the sun. Holy mackerel. Landing speed is going to be right around 133. So we'll plan our approach about 140. And we got to get the ILS frequency in real quick. 109.50 and 235. Okay, The ILS radio is where you see me adjusting. This is the ILS radio. Okay, not up here with your, oh, much better. Up here, don't set them up here. Leave them on auto. Here we go, folks. We're starting in really high. Okay, so we're gonna have to steepen this descent. Okay, so OTAFI will be where we turn back to the north shortly, and then back to the west, kind of in a little S curve kind of deal. We'll need to be slowed to 220. So I am going to start that process here. How quickly are we getting down? Is our transition, I think I read 9,000. So currently 1026.
Have you looked at like old pictures that you took in X-Plane 12
What do you mean?
compared to like recent ones?
Yeah. For this flight, a lot of them. Why?
Do they look different?
The clouds a little bit. Overall, not really. Scenery, I think since that update we had, gosh, when was that? A little change in it there, but hang on a second. What am I trying to set? Oh, 1026.
Because all of my like wallpapers, they look choppy. I don't know.
No, I mean, I'll show the one that we're using for this flight. Oh, actually, like I said, it has been quite a while since this aircraft flew, especially in this colors. All right, let's go for 7,500 now. Whoa. I mean, this looks phenomenal. Although I don't know what it really looks like in real life. Never been here.
Why does your thing keep coming down?
My what?
Your yeah, that thing.
Speed brakes?
Yeah,
Because I'm
shouldn't those
using
only
them to
be on
slow
when you
down.
land?
Trying to keep it slowed down to the published speeds.
Oh, I thought you only use those when you land.
Oh, that's how they slow uh, to get the speeds needed sometimes. And it allows them to steepen their descent sometimes. Okay, let's drop down to 7. And we're going to slow to 200 at the same time.
So when you going to start learning how to fly helicopters?
When I get all the proper stuff, I've tried it in here. It sucks. It doesn't work like it should. I need that cyclic and stuff, so. That is why I haven't tried helicopters again. I did them. They worked great in FSX. Flew the Osprey quite a bit. Just isn't working. It's just not right in this area, in the way my sticks are.
Yeah, I try to.
Man, this scenery. I haven't been here since the scenery update. Holy mackerel.
Where are you flying to?
Naples. Turning in right now. Should be grabbing the localizer.
Naples.
Naples, Italy. Italy. Okay, so Bento is no faster than 200 at 7,000, which we are. And we should be grabbing, oh man, look at that ridge ahead of us. Airport's past it. No wonder they want us at 7,000.
I can't believe they were writing everything twice, man.
Do what?
X-Plane, they were like writing like all the like everything twice for the like frames,
Really?
like on the ground. That's why they kept having those FPS issues. Yeah,
Well,
the frame.
let's see how, well, most of my problem is already solved because there's hardly anybody in the area. We're running 39 right now.
Yeah,
I mean, other aircraft like the Tolus, we were doing pretty good. Let's see here.
could be that way. Get to the. I mean,
20-mile final. Let's go ahead slow to 180.
man, now that X-Plane looks good, man, they need to find a way how to put that rotor in.
Naples traffic, North American 1572 heavy over Bento for 24. All right, we should be on the ILS. Let's go ahead and slow this pup up.
Is this the only game that you play?
Yeah. I've tried a couple others, and Arma, I got tired of getting killed.
Ain't that right?
No, and it was because the group I played was a group, so we're online. Found the password and kept popping in, kill us all off, and pop out. I'm just like, I'm not playing something like this.
I think every game that I play, I just suck at it. Period.
So now DCS, I only had minor issues except for the major blue screen issues I ran through. That was enough for me to say I'm done with it. Spaceman says, well, you need to give it another try. It's a lot better since 5-10 years ago, whenever. I'm like, I don't care. Blue screens are blue screens.
Yeah.
What visibility are we talking here? 5,000. Okay. I'm like, this is worse than I was led to believe.
Seeing random work.
5,000. Is this above minimums? Yeah. All right, looks like we're coming down to minimums. All right, 145, flaps 30, brakes are set, spoilers armed, 3 green on the gear. Technically, we could have an auto land show up here as we descend. Wow. can't imagine coming in at night now here. This, I've actually obviously altered time here. Otherwise, I wouldn't even know we're having visibility issues.
And it's gonna be weird, man, having like tomorrow and Sunday off.
I expect you in the front seat of every stream tomorrow. Just kidding. Now
Like
that you
I am
told me
right
that.
now.
Yep, same seat.
Same time. Same channel.
Exactly. All right, let's
Did I tell you I got a new job?
yeah, you were telling me that you got it. That's awesome. All right, we still do not have any inkling of runway environment.
Working at a university.
UD or Wright State or OSU?
Cedarville University.
That would have been, you know, that hit my mind. That actually really did come to mind. There was a church when I was at Kirkmont. We went there.
You went to Kirkmont?
Yeah.
That's where I went to school at.
No, Kirkmont Presbyterian Church. Beaver Creek.
Yeah, that was it. Wasn't that not an elementary school, but kindergarten school?
They
Preschool?
would have changed. That would have happened after I was there.
I ended up going there. I haven't really been there since, but they've been adding on to that place like crazy.
All right, we're landing.
I almost want to ask them if I could visit it, but they might say
I've been to Kirkmont Church since leaving in the early mid 80s, and I felt like an outsider.
50, 40,
yeah.
30, 20, 10.
I don't know, man. You seem like you smacked that pretty hard.
Well, I didn't see the numbers yet, so.
But definitely looked like came down with your front landing gear first before your back.
That's notorious with this plane, what it'll look like.
Is this a 7? Oh, no, it's a 7.6.
It's the 7.6. Hang on, which way do I want to turn?
I can never tell the two apart between the 7.6 and the 7.5.
No, the panels are pretty much the same. I mean, there are differences, but overall, they're pretty much the same.
Yeah,
do I go to the military side or do I go? I'm sure this is Italian, not U.S.
That
Sort of wish I'd have flown this with some Air Force now. I'm going to the military side.
always enjoy. I need to start streaming again. Just never feel like it though.
I get that. Naples traffic, North American 1572 heavy, clear 24.
Be right back.
I'll still be here. Okay. Weather off. Rain off. Data off. Poo. All right, folks, welcome to Naples. All right, looking up here. Oh, I could have turned that light off too. All right, quickly after landing, AP auto throttle off, flight directors off, auto brakes and speed brakes retracted and off. All right, and let's get our APU running. Okay, and bleed on. Lights are off. Everything looks good. All right, welcome to Int'l, Naples, to be exact. Fun time here, folks. Fun time. Okay, as we're winding down, let's go ahead, get our chocks in, and we'll start putting stuff out. All right, what did we land with out of curiosity? In a second here, forward, bulk. You can see they show up right here, folks. Okay, landing fuel. The nice thing about this plane right up here is 20. Looking at SimBrief, our fuel should have been, and remember, we ran 8,000 pounds more than needed. Pretty close. Should have been 12,000. So it's not bad, folks. There's, it shows a pretty good burn. All right, we'll go ahead and turn these guys off. Okay, and external Windows, heat, APU, everything's good. Out of curiosity, what do they want?
I have nothing to say, sir. Is there anything you want? Still here, Captain. It's still no new information for you.
All right, like I thought, nothing. All right, so we're here. They're unloading. Let's take a look at how the flight did. We're going to call it right here, folks. Well, let's see what we end up with. We're going to take that 5-minute break again, and we'll go from there. So let's see. All right. Again, we don't have any ACARs. Holy mackerel. That can't be right. 56 feet a minute. Holy mackerel. Okay. Now I'm curious. Oh, wow. Why couldn't I have been on an ACARS this time? Oh my goodness. All right, folks, you saw it. We're going to go ahead, bring it up here, hopefully before it disappears. Yeah, 72 feet a minute. It sure felt. I'm with Godspeed. I felt like it would have been a harder hit than it was. But that's what they're showing. Wow. All right, let's see how the rest of it comes up.
Sir, the fasten seatbelt sign is not lit, and we're taking off.
Okay, it was an hour flight, 211 miles, 4,300 kilograms of fuel, 1.2 on the G's for landing, 72 feet a minute, but we were fast. Full report. Not bad at all. Landed 1,600 feet down the runway. 5 feet off the center, folks. That's perfect. Now, what we don't know, and it's notorious to look like it lands on its nose gear. So we're going to rewind this flight and find out. But otherwise, everything looks good. Pitch, yeah, it could have been a 3-point landing. 0.07, yeah. So we'll take a look at it. And then I'm going to step away for just a quick second and go from there. Actually, there we go. Look at that. Just spectacular. there you have it, folks. All right, let's X out of here. Disconnect from here.
Someone needs to make you a flying with Mike livery.
Yeah, I like everybody else's though. This was my absolute favorite that I saw come through the airport. I just love it. I know the Trump aircraft, they were actually the airline he chartered from for his campaigns. I can't remember, but I believe this company was involved in it. And hopefully I didn't just start a nasty rumor. Okay. Trying to make sure we got everything that could hinder us shut down. Kind of curious. Will it just replay? Oh, it touched the mains, but barely. Let's find out. I think they all hit at the same time. All right. Well, folks, there you have it. Let's take a look. That actually... One more time. Boy, was I fast. And one more look. Ah. How's it look from the tower? All right, folks. Well, that is a wrap on this. I'm going to go ahead, shut down. The best way, that way I can find out what kind of time I have available. If so, we'll come up and do the Turkey flight after this. But for now, what a great time that flight was. Really don't know if that's us or them. So, I hope y'all enjoyed. If we're unable to come up tonight, tomorrow, we're planning 2 flights. One in Africa. It's about a 3-hour haul. And then another up in... Wait a minute. I'm looking at the wrong day. Sorry, folks. We plan to fly out of Denver. And if time permits, we'll come out of Fort Dodge in a 727. So I hope you all enjoy. Again, if we have time, we'll come up, fly the 737, and enjoy ourselves. Oh, that stunk coming out of out of that.
make sure you file menu then quit.
Do what?
Said make sure you do file main menu then quit. It'll get out of it faster.
Oh, here, yeah. You told me that, and I started doing that more often, and you are 100% right. So very good tip there. File. If you're closing out of X-Plane, go to File and then quit. It really does get closed up a little quicker. Unless you're flying the X-Plane or a Flight Factor A320, you may have a handling error to deal with. But, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, though, this Flight Factor product has had little to no issues with me and updates with X-Plane 12. Either Flight Factor gets the updates out there in a timely manner before I fly it again, or they did a fantastic job on it. But it has just always been, when I want to fly, it's ready to go. So again, tomorrow out of Denver, and then we'll fly out of Sioux City for St. Louis in a 727. So till then, folks, I hope you all have a good night. If we're able to, we'll come up again flying out of Adana, Turkey, westward. And if we're able, we'll see you later tonight. Otherwise, tomorrow, same bat time, 11 a.m. Central. Oh, gosh, I'm doing math quickly on my head. 1600 Zulu. See you then.
I thought you were going to say same flying with Mike channel.
Okay, we can say that. Same bat time, same flying with Mike channel. Y'all have a great night.
I wonder how many other people have done that in TV shows. I don't think there is any. But that does look like an awesome livery, though. That was a nice looking livery too.